Okay, so tonight we're gonna do something not super exciting, but it should come in handy because it's just something practical that I actually sell a lot of, but yet I don't have my own house. We are here at my home, and I love painting furniture, and I painted this table, of course, a couple times. It came out great, but even with the wax on it, it's chalk paint, it still was getting like some rings. So I was sanding it down tonight and I was going to wax it again, and then I got thinking, this is really silly, I should put a piece of glass on it. So I had a piece of glass for this actually, and I threw it out. I don't know why, because I think I liked the look of the paint, but the reality is it doesn't work. You know, even with the wax, hard wax says it cures, it's still not enough. So we're going to make a template for a glass top for this. And it's a real, you know, it's a pretty crazy shape, but it can be done. Not by you, but by me. Or actually really not by me. This one is really tricky. The professionals that I am fortunate to have working for me would cut this piece out of glass. It's not an easy square or anything. So we need wrapping paper, works good. I hate to waste this, but I need to do this. So I'm gonna get my table out of it. I'm gonna put the cut a piece to fit. Don't have anything with me, so I'm going to rip it. All right. So I've got my piece of wrapping paper. I'm gonna set it on top of this table, and then though it won't be much for this. Yeah, I really haven't done this in a while, or yeah, a long time. So I am gonna try it a few ways. We'll see what works best. I used to always tell people, and I still do, I act like I do this all the time, make templates, and I don't really, because none of my stuff has glass on it. Shoemaker's daughter, never had shoes. But I used to tell people to take a pencil and then just like really let the yellow rub off, and that's your pattern. So we'll see how that works. If not, I got some markers. I want to keep this flat, so I'm going to use my pretty new computer I got today. So that's very important for this. I'm just going to set there just to keep it from moving. And I can kind of start like feeling around to get my shape. If you're really particular, you could tape this. It's annoying because it's crooked. So I've got it in place, and now I'm going to do my little pencil trick. So I'm going to take this and just go along the edge and rub really hard where the yellow comes off. So it's working. And then there's no need to cut this out or anything. I'm just going to leave it like this, and then what we do is when we put this on our glass cutting table, and we take the glass, the 1/4 inch clear glass, and we just set it on top, and the glazer will mark it with a marker on the glass, like trace what I've traced, and then that's their template, and then they cut it from that, and it takes a while for something like this shape. Oops. Gotta line it back up. But it really is worth it. I have clients that will do their whole house and with tabletops to protect their furniture that's expensive, or they have renters, or they just don't want to have anything damaged with water spots. I don't know why. I think I just never want to do this when I get home from work, so I never template my own stuff. But this table needs it. So I'm just going around the edge and really having to press hard to get to show up. If anything, you want it to be smaller, not bigger, your little template, because you don't want the glass hanging over the edge. So I'm just going to go around one more. I use 1/4 inch glass for something like this. My kitchen table I do have a piece of glass on, and I went with like the thicker 3/8. I only did that because, you know, why not? Something like this piece with a pattern shape, it would be really time consuming to cut it out of 3/8 because the thicker the gloss is, the harder it is to cut these shapes. So 1/4 inch is more than enough. I think the tape might be a good idea that I was mentioning. You could tape in place. I mean, it's working here, but it doesn't want to move. My little computer is so lightweight, this new one, that it's not really supporting the paper. Wrapping paper really works the best. You want a little thicker, nothing like too crinkly. And I'm just going to go over it one more time to make sure I got it all lined up. The last thing you want is a piece like this to not fit, because it's going to probably, something like this would probably take an experienced glazer about 30, 45 minutes to cut and polish, because it all has to be done by hand. The machine will not polish these shapes. Our machine won't anyway. Some companies have big machines, but that's not very common. A piece like this. Okay, we're done. All right, that really wasn't bad. Why didn't I do this sooner? I don't know if you can see my little shape there. Goes and then around. So it's got that little arch, and that will be sufficient to cut it from. So we'll set this on the table, put the gloss on top of it, trace the gloss on there, and then cut it. If you have something where you want, it's a dark one, and you want to hide your, you got it stained or something or scratched, we do bronze or gray gloss, which works very good because it kind of masks any issues. Another thing you can do is put a decorative wallpaper or some kind of paper on the tabletop and then put the gloss on top. It looks really cool because you just see that. Like you could do something like this: cut the piece out, put it on there, and then just put the gloss on top. That looks really neat. Getting an adhesive spray for the gloss. So lots of ideas, but really just practical. Not super exciting, but it needs gloss. It needs to be like not getting stained all the time, and it gets used a lot. So if you have pieces that, you know, I have a buffet over there I painted, doesn't need glass. No one sets anything on it or touches it. But end tables, kitchen tables, nightstands are next for me. Nightstands are definitely something you want to protect with glass. And 1/4 inch is more than enough for these. It's one for the professionals to cut, but you will save some money by templating it yourself, because having someone come out to template it is kind of crazy when it's that simple. It really wasn't too bad, and I haven't done that in years. So I hope this helps, and see you soon with something a little more exciting next time.